time for the Sunday statement draft for the second Sunday of the 2021 season. Mike, you have the honors.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you not banking it on a trivia answer because I would never have the first pick. My first pick is the last guy you heard there, Derek Carr, a guy who I think has been trying to prove himself to John Gruden like, accept me, Father, as the quarterback of this team. Don't look elsewhere. I am the man. And he is proving himself. 817 yards passing in the first two games, and with a revamped offensive line and no running game when Josh Jacobs is out there. Again, they have a defense playing extremely well, but they have to live by the pass on the offense, and Carr is getting it done. Short passes, medium passes, airing out the long ball to Ruggs the way he did. I love the way he's playing right now. I love the confidence he's playing with, and as you heard, still gets called names, but I don't think that'll ever stop by Gruden because we know the type of coach he is. He could be certainly a rough coach, but I do like the way Derek Carr is playing right now, and along with that defense, let's see what the Raiders can do. As I said, 2-0 in 2017, 2-0 last year, and it didn't lead anywhere, but let's see if this year will be a little different. So Derek Carr is my first pick.
Yeah, he has been awesome this year, and the fourth season with Gruden, it's working into something very, very special. Long way to go, but great start for the Raiders, especially with the wins over the Ravens and the Steelers to get things started. Next is a guy that we saw during that clip, and apparently the TB12 method causes you to have very thick and lustrous and dark hair to the point where he's starting to look like a troll doll. You know the troll doll with that big shock of hair? Yeah. Tom Brady, if we can pull up an image of it, he's starting to get the troll doll hair. Look at that. Look at that. Give me avocado ice cream till the cows come home, baby, if I'm going to look like that. And also, he's playing pretty well, too, at age 44. 5 touchdown passes yesterday for the Buccaneers. Mike, he's got 35 games now in his career with 4 or more touchdown passes. He's tied with Peyton Manning, second all-time. Drew Brees has 37. And so when will Tom Brady catch Drew Brees? Well, he's running a streak in the regular season of 4 straight games now of 4 or more touchdown passes. Now he's up to 5 with yesterday, obviously, but 4 is his magic number. He knows the number 4 very well from last year. But the record for consecutive games with 4 or more touchdown passes is 5. He's won from that, obviously spilling over from the regular season last year. But he's incredible. And he acknowledged last week the possibility of playing until he's 50. I am not betting against this guy playing until he's 50. There's no sign at all of drop-off at 44.
It is amazing. I remember when he said he wanted to play till, 45, and I had said, I think the end of his career that I put on him, I said he would maybe make which would be next year, the 22 season, and that would be it. But hell, he's proven everybody wrong with the shape he keeps himself in, and certainly the smart way that Tampa Bay has gone about it by being the only team to have everybody back as starters from a Super Bowl victory team. So they are certainly on the right path. And you don't question anything he says anymore, because what he does is he says it and then he goes out there and he backs it up with his play. So pretty impressive. So my second pick, I'm going to go to the other side of the ball to a team I've talked about already in this show, and that's the Carolina Panthers. I can't say enough the job that Phil Snow was doing, the D coordinator, and what this defense is doing. Let me say again, in first 2 games, they have shut out their opponents in the first half. They have outscored their opponents 33-0 in the first half, the first 2 games. They have 10 sacks in 2 games. They have 3 interceptions in 2 games. Hassan Reddick, who was with had a heck of a year with the Cardinals last year, is now leading the way with 3 sacks. 8 different players have partial sacks of the 10 that they have. And Sam Darnold is playing well on offense, but as I will continue to say, a defense will always keep your team in it. Because sometimes, do we still trust Sam Darnold to fling the ball all over the place if he has to get a win? I'm not there yet. So I trust Christian McCaffrey a lot more running the ball or catching the ball out of the backfield, but I'm really starting to trust this defense a heck of a lot more with the way they are playing. So let's see if they keep it going. Short week against the Houston Texans this week in Houston, probably without Tyrod Taylor, a quarterback for Houston. So that I'm sure that's going to favor Carolina big time, the way this defense is playing. But as a former defensive player, I just love when a defense is really being aggressive and getting after it.
We spent a lot of time talking about Lamar Jackson last hour. I got to get Lamar Jackson into the Sunday statement draft because he overcame that mental obstacle of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And along the way, he had a great night with over 100 yards rushing, nearly 240 yards passing. For the 11th time in his career, he had the stat that MDS from PFT calls the double-triple, where he gets 100 or more rushing, 100 or more receiving. 11 times now he's done that in his career. He was awesome last night. And we haven't talked about this, Mike, because the story came out last Monday that Lamar Jackson, who represents himself, is so immersed in football that he can't get his career done. I'm hoping that the Ravens, if this guy gets injured this year, that they still give him the contract that they're ready to give him, even if he suffers like a Dak Prescott injury last year. Dak still got paid. I hope they take care of him because he's setting aside his personal financial security to focus on football. And if and when he does get injured, they need to take care of him. And hopefully they've made that commitment to him kind of behind the scenes. We'll take care of you if something happens.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. I'll make my last pick. I'll go a little quicker. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills. We talk about what we don't know what we're going to get from week 1 to week 2. It's a team that put up 16 points on offense against in the loss to Pittsburgh in week 1, and they come out against the Bills and they shut them out, but they put up 35 points on offense. So how do you react after a bad loss, and especially on your side of the ball when you're not putting up the points you normally do? You come out, you put up 35 on your next opponent. That's a good practice week, and so let's see where they continue. But from week 1 to week 2, I like what the Bills have done.
I'm going to put a pin in my last one because, Mike, I can guarantee you are going to love it. All right, last pick of the Sunday Statement Draft. And even though they lost a heartbreaker in overtime, Mike Golic, this is for you. Bobby Wagner, 20 tackles, franchise record. How you like that?
Oh, I love that. I love that. Had to ice down a little bit after that game.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.